What's happening, guys? Gemma here and back again for a little featurette of my arcade cab. A lot of you guys have been asking me in private Twitter messages about this cab and what games it actually has on it. Now initially when I did the pickups for this, you'll see the video here, I didn't really talk about anything that's kind of on it and what it means to me as a retro gamer and as a gamer in general. So I thought I'd kind of do that today. Now this is running on Pandora's Box 4, which I'll kind of show you through. This is a few kind of tech specs, like product specification on the back, which I'll show you kind of B-roll of. But this machine is absolutely phenomenal. 65 pages worth of games, some I've never ever played, some that I'm very familiar with. And I don't play it as often as I would like. I'm absolutely sport for choice in here. But some of my personal favourites on this are the classics, typical kind of retro games that you would expect to see. Now you can see we've got kind of Golden Axe running here, and I've deliberately turned the volume down on this thing because it is extremely loud and I don't want to kind of blow your brains out. I may turn it up slightly when GoldenEye kicks in so you can see the absolute sound quality in this. It's really good. And I remember this screen as a kid, winners don't use drugs, when you're kind of in the arcade. For me personally, arcade gaming kind of came about when I used to go to kind of old miners' welfares as a kid. Now if you're in the UK, you'll know exactly what I mean by this. My grandma would go off and play bingo in the adult side where all the alcohol was served and kind of chat, and in those days smoke loads of cigarettes. And then the kids would be in the games room with a pool table and just this really nice row of arcade games. Golden Axe was there, The Simpsons was there, and I just kind of, it's the absolute biggest nostalgia punch I could ever want. Now when I got this, I think it was around kind of April, May time, I was absolutely dying to get it, and it was just a really nice collection, kind of collector's piece, sorry, for my kind of games room. Now, as I said, I am going to turn the volume up on this slightly, and I will show you around the cab a hell of a lot more. I just wanted to kind of talk through some of the staple titles. The volume switch is on the back, which you'll see here on B-roll. So we'll just go ahead and turn that up for you guys. There we go, that's not too loud. So it is awesome. I'm going to turn it down because Jess has some clients downstairs. But it's, there's no kind of frame rate drop on this either. There's no, it runs really stable. And to get back to the game menu, which you'll see, you press and hold the one player button for about 4 seconds and away you go again. To get through each cycle, it's pretty easy. You just kind of scan down if you want to scan down, and you scan across if you don't want to go up and down here. So as far as kind of software, the operating system goes, it's really easy to use. Now, as I've said to you guys, some of the staple titles, so I'm a huge fan of the Mega Man series. There's a lot of Mega Man games on here. We've got Dungeons and Dragons, Alien vs Predator. Let's find some other classic games. We've got kind of RoboCop games, Sunset Riders as well. I mean, there's loads and loads of stuff here. And a game that was on here that I'd never actually played is this game right here, game number 148, and that is Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, the arcade version. Now as a kid, I played the Mega Drive version. I think it was Christmas 1991 when my stepsister got a Mega Drive from her dad, and we played the hell out of it. But I'd never played it in the arcade version until I got my cab. So I was kind of super stoked, and it's always good to hear some kind of 16-bit chip tunes come through the speakers when you're playing Michael Jackson songs. I just absolutely love it. So it's just, I don't know kind of what else to say other than to show you guys a little bit around the kind of arcade cab and why I picked the colour scheme that I picked. So I really wanted the Final Fight marquee on my cab. Having been a huge Streets of Rage fan in the 90s on the Sega Mega Drive, I wanted something that resembled that on my beloved Super Nintendo, my favourite console of all time, hence the Final Fight marquee. The game is on the cab as well. Speaking of the Super Nintendo, I decided to go for something a little bit crazy with the buttons, which you're about to see. Unfortunately, I'm holding the camera sideways, but you're about to see how these buttons here match up with the PAL Super Nintendo controller minus the shoulder buttons. The blue and the green that you can see at the very top of the screen there would be the shoulder pads. But as you can see, we rotate the Super Nintendo pad and they match them perfectly. Finishing us off, Paul was kind enough to put in 2 extra ball tops for the joysticks, glowing lovely red. Overall, I'm very happy. So there we go guys, you've had a little look around my arcade cab, 645 built-in games, really easy operating system. You know I picked the classic Super Nintendo PAL buttons with the shoulder buttons as blue and green. My favourite console of all time, the Super Nintendo. And let me know some of your arcade memories. When did you first play and what are some of your favourite games? Sorry. My cats were going mad then. But thank you for watching guys. I hope you're having a beautiful day. My name's Gemma. Take care. See you soon.